This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have a mix of winter and spring sports in NorCal basketball. You'll see Whitney and Granite Bay, Modesto Christian in the Division I quarterfinals, and Valley Christian Academy in the D6 bracket.
In soccer, we'll have Rio Americano go for a NorCal title. Baseball season opens up with Turlock and Lodi, plus the story of the twin wrestlers from Turlock and their incredible run to state. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight in Roseville with the unlikely second-round matchup between two Sierra Foothill League opponents. Granite Bay drawing the last seed in Division II, and as the 16th seed, the Grizzlies knocked out top-seeded Clayton Valley in the first round, to which there are texts going all around.
There sure
wow.
was. There sure was. 9th-seeded Whitney also with an upset in the first round, so the Wildcats find themselves playing Granite Bay for the fourth time this season. Whitney winning 2 of the 3 meetings, including the win over the Grizzlies for the section title. Whitney hosting Granite Bay in the second round of NorCal's Thursday night.
Nick Pecoraro with the section finals rematch in the D2 NorCal quarters. Granite Bay Whitney Part 4. Here we go. Granite Bay's Jakob Mir gets going early. That is a welcome sight for the Grizzlies. And Whitney's Eli Willis, what a game he had in the section final. He picks up right where he left off. And then the Wildcats leader, Jaden Hurtado. His game is so nice. He finishes with the and one to put Whitney up 16-15 after 1 to the second. Davis Abell had himself a nice night from beyond the arc. This is one of 4 threes for DA on Thursday. Timeout Whitney. But the Cats respond. Hurtado goes cross-court to Trent Boothby for the answer. And here come the Wildcats. And here comes John Daly now. This is what I call a Daly double. And Whitney finishes the half with a flurry, up 38-31 to the third. Abell blows by and gets all the way to the rack for 2 more. But on the other end, it's Matt Schroeder from 3. He was feeling himself a bit, and Whitney is back up by 10. But Jakob Mir comes right back down the other way. He might be the best off-the-dribble shooter in the section, as this step back is cash. But Whitney again closes the quarter strong. Hurtado, the drive and dish to Derek Lamb, the big man with the one-hand jam, and the Cats are up a dozen after 3. The 16th-seeded Granite Bay upset number 1 Clayton Valley on Tuesday because guys like Davis Abell stepped up. He had 19 on Thursday. And then Mir, 27 to lead the Grizz, but it was all Wildcats in the fourth. Hurtado, Jaden, I didn't know you had the bunnies like that, my dude. An incredible postseason run by Granite Bay, but it's Whitney who advances to the NorCal semis. They play Vanden, a game which we will have for you later in the show.
Brian Mueller here for the D5 NorCal semis Saturday night as top seed Venture Academy is a couple wins from their first ever title, hosting Sierra out of Toll House. It was a 2.5-hour drive northwest for the Chieftains, but their jump shots traveled. Nathan Kempen was lighting it up from outside, hits the 3. Sierra sprints to an 11-0 lead. Late in the first, the Mustangs start to find a little momentum. Marcos Rosales gets one from outside to make it 16-5. Still in the first, Sierra keeps feeding Kempen, and why not? He wasn't missing. Corner 3 is good, and the Chieftains are up 14. To the second now, different quarter, but same Kempen. He had 4 threes in the first half. This one makes it 28-7, but Venture would close the half strong. Jacob Segura with a little no-look action to Cameron Lowe for the lay-in. Then the Mustangs use some defense to continue the comeback. Lowe gets the steal, and then the basket on the other end. Venture closes the half on a 9-0 run. They trail by 11 at the half. Early fourth now. Lowe keeping the Mustangs in it. Spin and score. Sierra lead is down to 10, but that's when Logan Kilbert takes over, drives hard baseline, takes the contact, and still finishes. Then Luke Brown blocks this three-point attempt. Kilbert going the other way with it. Basket, foul, and Kilbert is fired up. A game-high 27 for the senior, and Venture's outstanding season comes to an end as Sierra wins it 71-55.
It's opening day for St. Francis. The Trubies hosting St. Mary's on Thursday afternoon. Starting it off in the top of the first, Destiny Garcia comes up to the plate with a runner on second and knocks a base hit up the middle. Ariel Nava scores, and it's 1-0 Rams.
Later on, runners on second and third for Rhea Rascone, and it's a seeing eye ground ball right up the middle. One runner scores, but the trail runner is caught taking too big of a turn by Isabel Vela. That's the final out of the inning. So it's 2-0 St. Mary's after one. Bottom two, Kylie Garrett gets a base knock. The line drive drops into the shallow center, and up next is Vela, and Isabel gets a hard grounder to put runners on first and second. The Trubies are cooking, but the Rams ace, Ariel Nava, gets the strikeout and the ground out to escape the jam. That's one of her game-high 7 Ks. The Rams looking to extend their lead, but Alex Garcia in the hot corner takes away the base knock. But with 2 outs in the top of the third, Nava steps up to the plate and launches one. This is a no-doubter to left field. The pitcher with the solo shot to make it 3-0 Rams. It's a 2-out rally for St. Mary's. Matea Maroka is next, and she blasts one through the right center gap. Matea slides into second with a double, and the Rams would later score on an error. St. Francis gets out of the jam with some defense as Vela throws a shortstop Francesca Guerrera, and the Trubies get out of the inning. St. Francis looking to get a rally going. Jazzy Vasquez hits a line drive the opposite way, and it rolls to shallow right center. The senior slides into second with a double with no one out. A bunt situation. Guerrera's bunt is perfect. The Rams get the out at first, but watch the back door from Maya Garcia. The freshman guns out the runner at third. St. Mary's goes on to win it 8-5 behind the complete game from Nava. Just 2 earned runs, and she'd also finished with 2 RBIs at the plate.
NorCal Soccer Division II first round matchup, Richmond Oilers from the East Bay taking on Rio Americano. Donovan Rafferty of Rio centers the ball, but Richmond's keeper, Diego Albaran, gets a hand on it, and the Rio's Quinn Mahoney gathers it. Quinn with the keeper out, looks for the best play. Blake Rennie with the one-timer, but the Oilers defense defends it nicely. The Rio's defense was doing this job as Richmond's Kevin Romo's shot is blocked by the keeper, Nate Huron. No score in the match still. In the 25th minute, Richmond looking like they got themselves a goal. Ishmael Garcia flicks it past the keeper, but check out the hustle play by Charles Hossman, who steers it away from the goal just in the nick of time. No score at the break. Second half action, Quinn Mahoney, our soccer player of the year, looking good with some near misses on the 66th minute action. Great move, but it's just wide. But in the 69th minute of play, Rio Americano breaks that seal. Rennie settles the ball over to Mahoney. Watch him do his thing. It's a goal for the senior Cal Poly commit, and the Raiders lead at 1-0. Liam the intern was all fired up. A minute later, here come the Raiders again. Quinn Mahoney doing only things that Quinn Mahoney can do with his left foot. This time assisted by Kyle Norris, and Mahoney's like, we're good. Thanks for coming. Drive home safely. As the Raiders of Rio Americano start slow but finish strong in the NorCal opener. 2-0 is your final.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Kaya Diedrichs from Colfax. Kaya scored 28 points in the Falcons' section title win. It was actually her second section title of the week. The sophomore also earning a title in soccer. We'll see her play in both sports later on in the show.
That is amazing. Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Simon Vacalorenzi from Davis. Simon scored a hat trick in the Blue Devils section final win last week. Simon scoring all 3 goals in just 4 minutes of play. Kaya Diedrichs and Simon Vacalorenzi, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip powered by SMUD.
I'm Connor Barth from Wood Creek High School. Here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Make a compost pile or a worm bin to reduce the impact of wasted food. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, Modesto Christian plays for a trip to the Division I semifinals.
Then it's more NorCal soccer action. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo, we've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. That's Sac-Niners, we just win. I'm from that field.
Modesto Christian enters the week coming off their second straight Division I section title. The Crusaders earning the 1 seed, hosting the De La Salle Spartans.
De La Salle and Modesto Christian meeting with a trip to semifinals on the line. The Saturday night game is our first SunPower Electric game tonight. Our Nick Pecoraro was there.
Electric game.
Well, it's officially win or go home time now, and although Modesto Christian won its record 21st Sac Joaquin Section Championship last week at Golden One Center, it was a very subdued, very business-like celebration, almost like the Crusaders expected to be here all along. Right here in our SunPower Electric game. Our South Player of the Year, BJ Davis, Jalen Brown, Prince Osea and company look to add a third CIF state banner, which would be a first in the open division for MC. Known prominently as a football school, De La Salle owns 2 state basketball titles as well. Sophomore Alec Blair and junior Arshawn Salke led the Spartans to a nail-biting 2-point win over Midi in the Open Division's first round on Wednesday. There are no age restrictions for our SunPower Electric game. Everyone's ready to go for a Saturday night thriller. The Spartans come out hot in the first. Alec Blair, this guy is a straight-up stud. He gets the mid-range jumper here, and then he switches gears and goes all the way to the hoop, and De La Salle takes a 12-2 run to start the game. MC took that personally, though. BJ Davis to Prince Osea for the jam, but the Crusaders trail 20-14 after 1. Davis, firing at will, buries the triple, but the Spartans answer with the tray from Billy Haggerty, plus the foul. One of 5 threes for Haggerty on Saturday. And we've got more threes for you. This time it's Zeke Davis from distance, and his second triple of the quarter cuts the deficit to just 2 at the half. The Crusaders come out swinging in the third. Jalen Brown feeds Osea for 3, and then it's Osea again working the post. His shot is off, but Javen Royal gets the tip in. MC with a 10-0 run to start the third and takes a 4-point lead into the fourth. But don't count out De La Salle just yet. Blair to Haggerty. That makes it a 2-point game. And then with 2.5 to go, Evan Wells inside to Blair. The big flush reclaims a 1-point lead for the Spartans. But here's why BJ Davis is our South Player of the Year. Behind the back dribble all the way to the rack for the go-ahead bucket. And MC needs a stop now. Arshawn Salke was the hero against Midi on Wednesday, but this one is just short, and Modesto Christian holds on for a 1-point win. They'll play for a NorCal title on Tuesday. Prince Osea tells us how MC held on.
Just defense and keep trying to play hard and then get rebound. First of all, NorCal champ and then state championship.
For our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Ian Olsen here bringing you the Division III semifinal matchup between Windsor and Christian Brothers. 4 minutes in, and Christian Brothers is on the attack. Bailey Raquella follows a block shot and attempts, but Brooklyn Martins makes the diving save for the Jaguars. 12th minute now, Falcon midfielder Lily Jensen pokes it ahead to a streaking Rachel Davis who shoots, but Martins is there to cover it up and keep the game scoreless. Windsor had a chance in the 19th minute after Genevieve Stewart takes a quick 2-shot shot from 20 yards. Falcon keeper Grace Betancourt makes a strong save to prevent the goal. The Jaguars had another chance late in the first half. Holden Reed gets around a defender and the Falcon shot is on target. But Betancourt gets a piece of the shot and Emily Mays clears it, keeping the game scoreless at halftime. In the 55th minute, Brooklyn Horse delivers a beautiful through ball to Raquella, who is one-on-one with Martins, but the Falcon keeper wins the ball to end the threat. On to overtime. Windsor gets a header on goal, but Holden Reed stands tall and heads it away, sending the 0-0 game into a shootout. The teams continued their tight contest into the penalty shootout. After 11 shooters, the game remained tied. Betancourt blocks the 12th Jaguar, giving Sarah Pritchard a chance to win the game for Christian Brothers. The junior hammers it into the back of the net, sealing the Falcons' 19th season victory and sending the team into the final.
Sanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes every week.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's health tip.
There's been a dramatic increase in shoulder and elbow overuse injuries. Pitchers are at the greatest risk. In fact, pitchers have a 25 times greater risk of arm injury when their arm is tired or in pain. To prevent these injuries, you shouldn't throw more than 100 innings per year if throwing from 60 feet. You should take off 4 months per year, avoiding also playing catcher. Be sure to always stretch and warm up prior to pitching, know proper pitching mechanics, and follow all pitch count and rest guidelines.
Coming up, our first baseball game of the year. St. Mary's takes on Elk Grove.
But first, take a look at our Sac-Joaquin section top 10 girls basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Seeds of Life Center, who serves the local community. We're even donating $50 for every vehicle sold. Shop our great lineup of new Toyotas in person or at tracytoyota.com. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
We've all made winter plans we never planned on missing, like Brett and his cheese fondue, or Ava, who picked this month's must-read before a better choice came up. Because Brett's chosen comfort over cheese, and Ava's ditched reading for resting on her cozy mattress found with the help of Mattress Firm's sleep experts, each with over 200 hours of training. Rest your best this winter with the perfect mattress from top brands with a low price guarantee at Mattress Firm.
Our first baseball game of the year is the season opener for St. Mary's. The Rams winning the Tri-City League last year. Gary Scanavino was great for the Rams last year, hitting .345 as a junior.
St. Mary's opening up its season against Elk Grove. The Thundering Herd finishing 1 game back of the Delta League title last year. Eddie Fines hit .314 for the Thundering Herd. Elk Grove hosting St. Mary's Friday.
Elk Grove looking to start off the season with 2 wins, taking on St. Mary's of Stockton Friday afternoon. Nate Gonzalez gets to start for the Herd. Brady Ericart hits a deep fly ball down the left field line. It slices into foul territory, and Tanner McDonald makes a great catch up against the fence. We are scoreless after 1. Bottom of the first, Ethan Groves drops a base hit into shallow center. The ball gets away from the center fielder, and Ethan slides into second. But St. Mary's starting southpaw Michael Cadens eventually strikes out the side, so we are scoreless after 1. In the top of the second, Cadens comes up to the plate and grabs a base hit. A nice and easy knock for the lefty, and a few batters later, Cadens is on third when Alex Escalante gets a fly ball to left center. His sac fly is Excelente. Michael scores. It's 1-0 Rams. But Elk Grove is quick to respond. Cy Peterson hits a line drive to right, and it has enough backspin to make its way on out of here. A solo shot for Cy, and we are all tied up at 1. Bottom of the third, a runner on second for McDonald. That is a line drive through the left side. Groves scores from second, but Tyson Race catches the trail runner advancing to second, and that ends the third. Elk Grove now up 2-1. The Herd responding again with the bases loaded in the 5th. Peterson already with an RBI in this game, and he grabs 2 more. The line drive to right, 1 hops the fence. Evan Gentle rounds third, Cy into second with a double, and 2 runs score to make it 4-1 Herd. Elk Grove looking to do more damage with 2 outs, but Tanner Grove escapes the jam with the strikeout. Top of the 6th, 6 more outs for the Rams offense. Make that 5. Cy Peterson with a spectacular catch in center. A play of the week contender for sure. A great game for Cy Peterson. He has 3 RBIs and a solo blast as Elk Grove wins it 4-1.
The Wrestling State Championships concluding last week, and among the hundreds of athletes in attendance and competing were the brothers from Turlock.
Isaiah and Jeremiah Bertolato are twins, both earning their way to the state championships.
Isaiah and Jeremiah Bertolano have been waiting for their shot. The twins from Turlock High School are attending their last practice of their junior year because in just a few hours, they will be on a bus headed to Bakersfield for the CIF state championships.
All the matches are going to be hard. They're all going to be the top kids, so just have a strong mentality. Well, it feels good. It's my first time going, it's the second time. I didn't make it last year, so it's a good opportunity to see what I got.
Jeremiah, he's really good on his feet to his single leg, and he's very tough to take down. Isaiah, he'll send it, so he'll really go for if he gets a chance to put you on your back, he will, and once he gets it, he holds it tight, and he's hard to escape from. So,
Isaac is Jeremiah and Isaiah's older brother. Isaac wrestled at Turlock before attending Minot State in North Dakota. The twins' little sister also wrestles. She came up just short of a state bid this year. Wrestling runs in the family.
So your winner by unanimous decision, Lethal Luis Gonzalez.
all of our cousins were, Luis Gonzalez is a two-time state champ, Ricky Gonzalez plays sixth, Anthony Gonzalez, he plays sixth as well. So all three of them, they've always been kind of involved in our wrestling careers and helping out and stuff like that.
The twins embrace that culture.
It's impacted me because they've all helped me learn like how to eat right and then how to stay in condition and just do all the right things to be there.
They're really competitive with each other. They've been, like, they treat it now how they did when they were like 3 years old, wrestling in the living room, just tooth and nail, just constantly at each other's necks. So they're very competitive with each other. I think that's helped them. Iron sharpens iron. So
it's very competitive. We always compete at a whole bunch of things. Our whole life we just competed at everything.
Have you guys wrestled each other in a tournament before?
Yeah, like in youth, yeah.
Who won?
Me. It goes back and forth, but I think I'd beat him more times.
Luckily, these two don't compete against each other in matches. Jeremiah competes in the 138 weight class, Isaiah in the 132. They feel having each other to train with gives them an advantage.
I feel like he helps me a lot because, again, we're very competitive with each other, so we just push each other harder and then we get, stronger. It's helped me because, he's always just been there with me and then we just push each other and then, yeah.
they've been training them for this for a long time, and so it's just exciting to see them finally get after it and get it done, hopefully.
So as the twins head to state, no matter if they win or lose, there won't be any losing at the end of the weekend because Isaiah and Jeremiah gave it everything they had, and they did it together.
Isaiah and Jeremiah came up just short of state titles this year. Being only juniors, the twins say they will be even more prepared next year.
Guaranteed state titles next year. I'm calling it right now. Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, two powerhouse girls programs meeting in the NorCal playoffs. It's Salesian and Folsom.
Then it's St. Mary's and Heritage. But first, take a look at our Spirit Corner featuring the Colfax dance team.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps on, and Bryce Johnson. Right field just looking up. It's marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Our Mattress Firm Perfect Match this week features the Folsom Bulldogs taking on Bay Area power Salesian. The Bulldogs are the newly crowned Division I section champions, the school's first section title in girls basketball, if you can believe it.
That is an amazing statistic right there. The Salesian Pride with an incredibly strong program. Each week we scour the section for the perfect match on the court. Just like Mattress Firm will find you a mattress that is your perfect match. This week, Salesian and Folsom in the Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
The top division, the open division, went down in Folsom Wednesday night as Salesian from Richmond took on the Bulldogs. Folsom jumps out to a quick 6-0 lead. Cameron Mufua scores on the fast break, and then Folsom was off and running again as Aaron Bright lays it in, and the Bulldogs jump out to 11-4 lead in the first. Salesian climbs right back into the game. Deanna Bernstein throws a dart to Aaron Gardner, who lays it in, and it's a 2-point game. In the second, Folsom ties the game up at 19. Sophia Minderman to Mufua for the Bulldogs. Folsom off and running again. Charlotte Clemenhodge taking it hard to the hoop for the bucket and the foul. Dogs up 5. Here's another layup by Clemenhodge for the Bulldogs as they take the lead into the locker room. In the third quarter now, it's Ella Urarte for Folsom, giving the Bulldogs a 6-point lead, 39-33. And the Salesian need a bucket. They got one from Sofia Fidelis, who hits a corner 3. Folsom still in the lead. Fourth quarter now, the Panthers come roaring all the way back as Micaiah Asidawa steals 2, tying the game at 46. And Salesian kept on coming. Asidawa to Bernstein, scoring it down low, and the Panthers lead by 6. Folsom needs a bucket now. Dixie McClanahan hanging in the corner, gives it to them. 3 the good way. Bulldogs down 3. Folsom down 5 now with a minute to go. They go back to McClanahan, who drops another 3. It's a 2-point game. With time winding down, Bright finds Clemenhagen under the hoop. Her layup is good, and we're going to overtime. And in overtime, Folsom goes up 6 here. Mufua lay in from the side out. Nice play. And then Madeline Kazuhara of Salesian pops a 3, and they're still hanging around in OT. With time winding down overtime, Salesian needs a 3, and they get it from Fidelis, all tied up at 64. 12 seconds to go. Folsom with the ball. They go deep to Urarte, who scores the game-winning bucket right there. But wait, Salesian pushes the ball to Aaron Gardner, and then she goes back up top the floor, lays it up. We go to double overtime. In double overtime, Kazawa for Salesian hits a big 3, and that would give the Panthers the edge. Folsom down. Bright pops the J, but they still trail by 4 points. Then the Bulldogs with desperation 3, and it's no good as Salesian College Prep from Richmond knocks off the Bulldogs of Folsom in double overtime.
I feel really excited. We played against them before and took a loss, so this is our time to win when it really mattered. So I'm really proud of them. We played really good.
By them scoring and us being down, it really pushed us to not want to lose because we don't want this to be our last game. We want to go all the way, so we had to stay composed or we would have lost control and lost the game.
We didn't let that lead get in our minds, and we just really pushed through because we really wanted this win, and we've been working hard, and we're going to continue to work hard to get to state.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Top seeded St. Mary's hosting Heritage of Brentwood in the first round of the Division I NorCal Championships. And the 16th seed with a furious start out of the gate, Caitlin Smith gives it to Grace Hernandez, and Grace nails the 3 from the wing to take the 7-3 lead. But the Rams are quick to cut into that early Patriot lead on the fast break. Nia Bunton to Mia Jamias, 1 step back, and the freshman knocks down the triple. Amanda Muse, the Pats' 6'4" senior, recently named McDonald's All-American. She's headed to UCLA next season. There she is for 2, and then Muse feeds Aaliyah Rollins. It's 16-12 Heritage with just under a minute to go in the first. Saulele Tanavasu makes it a 2-point game going into the second as she gets the putback. 16-14 Heritage after 1. A three from Jordan Lee puts the Rams ahead just over a minute into the second quarter. Watch this hustle from Muse. The ball gets knocked away, but she's able to get it over to Kendall McClure, and this is a one-point game heading into the half with the Rams up 31-30. St. Mary's makes some critical adjustments in the second half as Lee drives through the paint and hard to the glass. The Rams nearly matched their first half scoring 28 points in the third quarter. Tanu Vasa there with the steal and the lay-in. Lee takes the pass from Presley to Cruz, and just like that, the Rams break this game wide open. It's a 20-point St. Mary's lead. The Patriots cut into that lead a bit in the fourth. A nice feed from Smith and a nice finish by Hernandez. But there will be no upset in this one, and a freshman would lead the Rams in scoring. Jamias hits 7 3-pointers to lead the game with 21, and the Rams take home the 15-point win.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight, we feature Kelsey Webster from Escalon. Kelsey is a senior on the Cougars basketball team, and she serves as director of the Student Body Affairs, where she runs pep rallies, does morning announcements, and plans school events. Kelsey Webster is this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight. Coming up, more NorCal basketball playoff action.
Then it's Valley Christian Academy en route to its first NorCal title. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We saw the Whitney Wildcats and Granite Bay Grizzlies play earlier in the show. The winner taking on 5th-seeded Vanden after the Vikings' second-round win over Bellarmine College Prep.
So the quarterfinal round in the Division II NorCal bracket taking place between two Sac Joaquin section teams. The game played at Vanden on Saturday night.
We are rocking and rolling in Fairfield Saturday night for the Vanden-Whitney matchup. Winner plays for the NorCal title. Justice Wilson drives to the glass, the up and under, and the bucket falls. 9-6 Vanden. But Whitney would lead it after one as Matt Schroeder spins and floats it over three defenders. It's 13-11 Whitney heading into the second quarter. Vanden playing with a 3-point deficit. Elijah Lewis nails the long two, and the Vikings go on to take the 7-point lead in the second. The Wildcats trying to close the gap before the half. Eli Willis gets the physical lay-in to go. Jaden Robinson hits his second three of the second half, and Vanden heads into the break up 30-26. Lewis continues his great game from the field, the king of the mid, and Vanden would lead it by as many as 9. But back come the Cats, down by 3 in the fourth. Matt Schroeder obliterates the Vikings lead. It's 47-all. Vanden goes on a 5-0 run right after that three. Jaden Robinson gets the steal and the very important basket. 52-47 Vanden. John Daly to Derek Lamb at the top of the key. He says, "I'll take this one myself." The Viking lead is now 2. Tyler Thompson, physical in the paint all night long, cleaning up his own shot there to extend the lead back to 4. Vanden feeling the full court pressure from the Cats. Lamb deflects the pass. Wilson gets the rebound, and justice is served. Whitney down by 1. Elijah Samdahl to Schroeder, and if it goes in, Whitney leads it with 25 seconds left, and yes, 55-54. 7 seconds left on the clock. Vanden just needs 2 to win it. 1 offensive board, 2 offensive boards, and Sterling McClanahan puts in the game winner. It's mayhem in the Vanden gym, and the Vikings advance to the Division II NorCal title game in thrilling fashion.
It's a testament to all we work for. You know, we have brotherhood around here. We go to war for each other, and for us to win in that fashion, it's a great feeling, but we know we still got more to do. We got to put a ring on this finger.
We built that relationship off the court, you know, for times like this, all that team bonding, all that staying up late, being with each other off the court, it prepared us for moments like this. We built for this, and we coming for state.
Rio Americano hosting the Bellarmine Bells from San Jose for the NorCal Division II Championships played at El Camino High. In the 8th minute action, we have some action. Ball rolling in Rio Americano's area. Teo Leclerc for the Bells shoots it past the keeper, but a great clear by Kyle Norris for the Raiders. About 2 minutes to go before the half. Rio's keeper out of the box to make the play. There's contact. Bellarmine's Keegan Rhodes turns and burns it in. 1-0 Bellarmine. In the 58th minute of action, Rio is awarded a penalty kick, and Andrew Collins delivers it for the Raiders. High and tight, just the way he drew it up. We're all knotted up at 1 goal apiece. With just over 10 minutes to play, Bellarmine just about puts this baby on ice. Teo Leclerc with the shot that's just wide, and we go into overtime. In overtime, it's golden goal time, but that did not stop keeper Nate Huron from making plays for Rio.
So we go to PKs, and that's when Bellarmine's Nick Thiel was great as he stopped this shot, one of 2 stops in PKs. Then Bellarmine takes a 2-0 lead when Kaysen Blattman nets this goal. Rio's Josh Brown scores, they're down 1. It's now 3-1 Bellarmine, and they just need 1 more to ice it. And their 4th shooter is Ian Pierce. He hammers it home, and that would do it as the Bellarmine Bells go on to win 4-1 in PKs. And the Bells are once again your NorCal soccer champs in D2.
We battled all year for this. We had a rough start to the year, but we knew what we were capable of. And once we got into this moment, you know, we're a really good team, and you know, these moments make really good teams.
Ian Olsen here for the Division 6 first-round matchup between Averroes and Valley Christian. The fast pace started early. Omar Khan throws it down court for the Falcons, and Aviz Majadedi sets up Mohamed Swilam at the rim for the hoop. Chase Clary follows by intercepting a pass and leading a line fast break. Malachi Urena delivers the bounce pass to Rod Williams, who finishes. Later in the quarter, Fazluddin Khan attacks the paint and dumps it to a cutting Mustafa Mahmoud, who's there for the score. Clary answers right back for Valley Christian. The junior guard runs the floor, crosses over, and drops a 2 in the lane, giving the Lions a 9-point lead. Swilam follows with the takeaway, and the Falcons are up ahead quickly. Majadedi goes to the well and gets it to go off the glass. Averroes matched the Lions' fast break for much of the game. Majadedi takes a pass from Swilam and puts it in, bringing the Falcons within 5. After rebounding the miss, Ian Glaspie runs the court, makes a man miss, and scoops in the reverse 2, giving Valley Christian a 10-point halftime edge. The Lions continued their swift pace into the second half. Glaspie weaves in transition and feeds Jordan Hurley underneath. With the Falcons desperate for points, Mahmoud connects with Furkan Yulusu, who finishes off the window, keeping the game within single digits. Clary then pushes it up the court and finds Daniel Barricat on the wing, who is bullseye from deep. Khan follows with quick acceleration, taking it to the rim and finishing off the window, 2 of his game-high 25 points. But the Lion offense continued in attack mode. Clary chases down a miss and throws a bullet while falling out of bounds, setting up Barricat, who bags the jumper. Valley Christian pulls away for an electric 96-76 playoff win.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Harper Peterson from Whitney. The junior won a section title last week. Harper has accumulated over 20 Division I offers, including Duke, UCLA, and Florida State.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, Vanden and Del Campo baseball meet on the diamond.
Then Turlock takes on Lodi in baseball. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Sure, saying yes to winter plans sounds fun, in theory. Take Brett. He RSVP'd to his coworker's potluck 4 weeks ago. He was going to bring fondue and dippables. But any fears Brett had of missing out on all this were put to rest when he shopped at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get a king for the price of a queen and save up to $700 on Sealy, plus a free adjustable base. Shop Mattress Firm's President's Day sale today, because this winter, the only thing better than making plans is sleeping through them.
Del Campo and Vanden meeting in our second SunPower Electric game tonight. The matchup is a rematch of the Division III Sac Joaquin section title game last year.
Del Campo winning the Division III title in extra innings over the Vikings last May. Each team returning many talented players. Our Brian Mueller has more on the matchup in our SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, our first SunPower Electric baseball game of the year is a throwback to one of our final games from a year ago. Del Campo and Vanden played a thriller of a D3 title game last May, a game that Del Campo won 4-2 in extras. Matt Moses was a big part of that team, and he returns for his senior season, the Cougars' best all-around player a year ago. He hit .405 and won 6 games. As for the Vikings, they had a long boat full of stud junior pitchers who are all back. We can't Can't name everyone, but Trevor Morse is a good place to start with his 1.44 ERA last season.
So the Vikings with some revenge on their minds going into this one. Moses on the mound for the Cougars, but with 2 on, Bryce Alcantara greets him quite rudely with a liner to left. Both runs come in to score, and the Vikings take a 2-0 lead. Then Jack Tranchina keeps the hit parade going with another double, and Vanden doubles their lead to 4-0 after 1. Top 2 now, Morse in some hot water of his own with the bases loaded, and Brody Bieneman comes through, puts this right in between short and third. Robbie Perry comes in, and it is now 4-1. But after a double play, Vanden needs just one more out to get out of the jam, and it comes courtesy of catcher Cody Buckley, cuts the runner down at second for the third out. Top 3 now, Cougars on the corners for Anthony Martinez, hits it hard to third. They get the out at second, but Lance Moses scores to make it 4-2. Del Campo will get another run in the inning and trail by just a run after 2.5. Cougars again with something cooking in the 5th, bases loaded, no one out, but Alcantara showing he has a glove to go along with that bat, gets the force out at home. Vanden will get the second out the same way. Then DJ Anderson gets out of the jam with a K. The Vikings hold on to their 1-run lead, but it wouldn't be that for long. Alcantara comes up clutch again, a base hit to right. That plates 2, and Vanden is up 6-3. They would get another run on a wild pitch, but there'd be more drama ahead. Del Campo would bring the tying run to the plate with 2 outs, bases loaded in the 6th. But once again, Anderson does his best with the pressure on. A strikeout would end it in the 6th after it got too dark to play, and the Vikings get their revenge, 7-3 the final.
It was a big confidence boost, really. Like, we lost them last year, a bunch of us were furious, but we were able to bear down and really get that win.
Reporting in Fairfield for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Nick Pecoraro back with some night baseball in Lodi. The Flames playing host to Turlock on Friday. Lodi Battery, Andrew Wright and Gavin Mora combined for the strike 'em out, throw 'em out double play to end the top of the first. But Wright's counterpart on the mound for Turlock is his future Cal State Fullerton teammate, Peyton Hawkinson, one of 10 punch-outs for the Bulldogs. Top 3, Riley McCord's grounder finds a hole into right field. That scores Gannon Evans and Josh Ramirez, but the Bulldogs aren't done just yet. Tyler Castro follows with an RBI single, and then Turlock goes up 4-0. Lodi has the bases juiced in the bottom of the 4th as Caden Andy's fly ball is deep enough to score Gavin Mora, and that cuts the deficit to 4-2. Now, Andrew Wright did a great job keeping his team in the game, just 1 earned run allowed, and here's one of his 9 punch-outs on Friday. And bottom 5, bases full again for the Flames. Carson Devine sends a shot out to center, but Carter Crivelli swoops in and actually overruns it, but still manages to make a nice grab to spoil the rally. Lodi's running out of outs, but in the bottom of the 6th, Caden Andes legs out a 1-out double, does a little cha-cha to celebrate, and then 2 batters later, Luke Toy drops one into left field for a double of his own. Andy scores, and it's 4-3. The next batter, Austin Mealy, sends a deep shot out to right center. It's over the center fielder's head, and it one-hops the fence. Mealy ties it with the triple, and then he'd come home to score the go-ahead run on a balk to make it 5-4 Flames heading to the 7th. But the Bulldogs didn't make it easy for closer Brent Godina. Bases packed full of dogs, but Godina gets the strikeout to end the game, and Lodi with a nice come-from-behind win to open the season.
The undefeated Divas Blue Devils playing in their final game of the season, and this one is for it all. The D1 NorCal title game playing Clovis North. The Broncos threatening early, but the save from point-blank range by keeper Declan Fee, and Declan is pumped. 9th minute, Caleb Yoon with a great ball to Rigo Guerra. He slips it in front of the net, but Nicholas Montano's one-timer seals high. The Blue Devils controlling the time of possession in much of this first half. Lucas Liu to Simon Vacalorenzi. The shot is good, but an offsides call keeps the match scoreless after the first 40 minutes. About 16 minutes left of regulation. Vacalorenzi finds himself in the perfect position. He bodies up the ball, takes a shot on goal, and it is good. The Blue Devils score in the 64th minute. Simon, the Sac State commit, gives his team the 1-goal advantage. Time winding down. The Davis defense looking to hold strong. Clovis North with a towering shot on goal. But Declan Fee ain't giving anything away for free as he knocks it out of harm's way. And after nearly 5 minutes of stoppage time, Davis holds it down and wins the CIF Division I NorCal Championship. And it completes the undefeated season for the Blue Devils as Davis finishes the year with a 23-0-2 record.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Mari Sorellis from Kimball Girls Basketball. The Jags sharpshooter earning a 4.3 GPA, our South Section Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Coming up, Kaya Deirdricks and her Colfax basketball and soccer teams play in the NorCal playoff.
Then it's Lincoln and Whitney in baseball. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The Colfax girls soccer team taking home the Division V section title this year. Kaya Deirdricks earning our North Soccer Player of the Year after averaging nearly 2 goals a match as a sophomore.
Colfax taking on Placer in the NorCal semifinal round on Thursday, but the Colfax girls basketball team also has a home playoff game that day, and Kaya is a starter on both teams. Can she and her Falcons take home NorCal wins on the same day?
Brian Mueller here Thursday afternoon. The Colfax girls playing this D4 semi in Del Oro because it's still quite snowy up in Colfax, hosting University Prep. The Falcons with a nice look here early in the first, but Allison Latau is up to the task. Makes a nice save to keep things scoreless. Late in the half now, Sophia Smiley on the free kick. Kaya Deirdricks, no need to settle. She places this bounding ball perfectly into the corner. Her 48th goal of the year makes it 1-0. Second half now, Panthers with a chance to draw even, and they do. But wait a minute, the refs confer, and they call offside, so no goal, and the Falcons still in front. About 12 minutes left, a Colfax corner for Kaylee Four, that is, with the goal, and the Falcons in command, up 2-0. On the other end, Anna Miles in complete command makes a stop here as she goes for her 19th shutout of the season. Final 5 minutes, Sonia Daves on the loose, and she puts a bow on this one for the Falcons. They advance to the NorCal final with a 3-0 win. And we've got a Falcon double feature for you as the Lady Hoops team has a NorCal quarterfinal game against Lassen later that night. And the Falcons taking flight early. We get a front row seat to this Macy Hyman 3. Colfax with the high ground early, 12-3. Later in the quarter, it's Jade Bittner to big sis Gabriella, and she knocks this in from deep. It's a 14-point lead less than 4 minutes in. And the Falcons are like, well, that play works, so let's do it again. Gabriella Bittner with another, and Colfax is running away with it. The Falcons literally on the run now. Gabriella Bittner with the long bomb to Hyman for the basket and the foul. Falcons up 12 in the second. But Lassen would start to lasso the Falcons a bit later in the quarter. It helps to have some bounces go your way as well, as Shade Satika can tell you. That makes it a 7-point lead with 7 minutes left in the quarter. To the third now, the Grizzlies continuing to grind. Graceland Harlan gets the offensive board, puts it back. Lassen within 5, but that's when the Falcon defense goes back to work. They forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Kaya Deirdricks gets this one ahead to Jade Bittner, 41-34 Colfax. Later in the quarter now, Gabriella Bittner to Deirdricks, who gets this tough shot to fall, 44-36. Then 30 seconds later, the Deirdricks takeover continues, nails the 3 to get the lead back to double digits. Final 30 seconds of the third. You would never know Kaya played a whole soccer game just 2 hours before. She gets the board and takes it all the way. 10 of her 14 came in the second half. Fourth quarter now, Jade Bittner with a nice find under the basket to Juliet James, and Colfax cruises from there 67-45 to send them to the NorCal semis.
There they are, the Whitney Wildcats, ready to defend their Division I section title. Whitney brought back just about everyone from last year's team as they take on Lincoln Zebras from down the street. Here we go, top of the first, Lincoln with the runners on. Kenny Winters lines the ball right to his travel ball teammate, Jax Jimenez, who turns the easy double play. That bottom half of the second, Gilmore on second for Whitney. Luke Euler at the bat, and he dumps a single into left field. That's going to score Jace with no throw, and the Cats are leading 1-0. They're loaded in the third for Whitney. Nathan Erickson lifts a fly ball to right center. Noah Narker makes a play. It's deep enough for Trajan Rogowski to score from third, and it's 2-0 Cats lead. But that would do it in the third as sophomore Jackson Cook settles down and gets out of the jam with the strikeout. In the fourth, Winters on third after doubling. Jake Redding takes the pitch to right. Winters is going to test out Tyler Adams' arm in right. The play at the plate, Winters with the head first slide. He's in 2-1. Whitney's leading still. In the bottom of the fourth, Whitney gets one back. Runners on the corners. Rogowski puts the squeeze bunt down. Luke Allen makes the play, gets the batter out. Gavin McClendon comes in to score from third. 3-1 Whitney. With Caden Spolmer on second, Whitney goes to the pen, and the rich get richer with another young, talented arm. Corden Petty with his varsity debut, getting the whiff. In the sixth inning, Whitney adding to its total as Erickson pieces a single to left field. That's going to score 2 more Cats as Allen and Jimenez come in to score, and the Wildcats for Whitney win their home opener 8-2. Glad McClendon gets the win for the Cats.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube site, please, where you can find all of the highlights aired on our show, and they'll push them to you every week.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the play of the week, but maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
The Sacramento River Cats join us as a sponsor of the Play of the Week. The San Francisco Giants AAA program will also be hosting our end of the season awards banquet for all of our players at the end of the year at Sutter Health Park. That is on May 28th.
Our Mark Willis will list off a few contenders and then announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
My goodness, I can't get enough of those graphics, and I can't get enough of this play by Ty Hossman of Rio. He redirects the ball away from the goal to save the day. To baseball we go. Cy Peterson of the Thundering Herd of Elk Grove. Oh, fantastic catch. Great shooting, by the way. I'm not jealous. And then, on the run, Kaya Diedrichs, she just does it again and again and again. Unbelievable kick in the goal. Fantastic play. Watch it one more time. Colfax's Kaya Diedrichs. You get the River Cats Play of the Week.
That is the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Next week, we'll introduce our Players of the Year for the winter season and bring you action from the basketball state finals. We'll see you next week.